Okay, so now you are presently standing in the crater of a collapsed volcano. Volcanoes, they are usually cone-shaped mountains. When one would climb to the top, there is lava to look at the activities. But geologists are saying between the year 32 to 49,000 years ago, there was a massive eruption where the top of the cone-shaped mountain blew out, and due to the heat and pressure, it's like the remaining walls were very weak, it collapsed inside its magma chamber. So the type of volcano here, it is known as a caldera, similar to Yellowstone Park in the US, Santorini in Greece, and also Rotorua in New Zealand. These are all calderas, and caldera, it is a collapsed crater. Now this caldera covers 12 square kilometers, and that is the entire Soufrière region. So from the time you've entered the town of Soufrière, whether you come in here by land or by sea, you are already inside of the volcano. So hence the reason why they say it is the Caribbean's only driving volcano, because from the town you have been driving inside of it till here in such a long time. Okay? The last recorded activity, it was in 1766, and that is about 250 years ago. It took place in right there, but it wasn't violent because there was no lava. It was only steam, ashes, and rock fragments escaping. So in other words, it was a phreatic blast. Now what's boiling in there, this is not lava. The lava is about 1.5 miles below, which is not very far. But this is mud and water boiling in there. This water is black because of the chemical reactions, iron and sulfur combining together, it formulates iron sulfide. Temperature of this water, 100 degrees Celsius, 212 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is at boiling point. So you could imagine if the two of you were to fall in, you would be well done barbecue. Also, the steam escapes at 171 Celsius, 340 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is superheated steam. Now 90% of the water in there, that is seawater, because part of the volcano also lies in the ocean. The water seeps through cracks and fissures underneath the ground, and it's been heated up by the hot rocks above the magma chamber. Now before it was possible to walk in there, to have a closer look at the activities, and also some of the locals within the area. Most of them would have walked in to do a bit of cooking. And for example, most persons would wrap eggs, fish, also potatoes in a foil, and they would have gone to dip it in there. Within 1 or 2 minutes, it would be cooked. They don't go walking in there anymore because several accidents took place. It's like the ground has proven to be very unstable. And the most severe accident happened in the year 1985, and that was with a tour guide by the name of Gabriel. He went in touring a group of 7 German visitors, and whilst demonstrating to them how unstable the ground was, he went jumping on the surface. Little did he know it was very hollow underneath. The ground gave way and he went down up to his waist, where he got burnt 2nd degrees by the stick. So this hole right here, this is Gabriel's hole. He created this one.
Oh my gosh.
It was not existing until he went down, and it was the size of his waist, and after 29 years it enlarges. That is why they named it after him. So since then, geologists, they are the only ones who go walking in twice a year to monitor some of those activities. So the water, it has washed away the topsoil, so it is very hollow on top, underneath, sorry. So it's not good for walking in. The ground temperature should be about 120 to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. In there are about 24 bubbling pools, but most of them are very small, especially to the back. So within the 12 square kilometer caldera, this here is the most visible part of the volcano, where you could view the activities. You don't get to see this anywhere else, only in there. This is just the weakest spot where all the vents are open and pressure has been released. Activities remains constant. It bubbles, it steams 24/7. It never stops. If it does, then all these are bad signs, meaning pressure is building up upon us here. But with the rain, we get to see more steam, and it smells even worse, but it depends on which direction that the wind is blowing. And also, as we have the seawater in here during high tides and only on a full moon, that is because of the gravitational pull of the moon. We get water spurting up in the air like geysers or geysers. So we call those geyser-like activities. Okay? We have the different colors in there which dominates the area. These are the different mineral deposits. All the way to the top we have brownish orange iron oxide. All the white, it is calonite. Calonite, it is a form of calcium. When it solidifies, you get the pumice stone or the pumice rock out of it. Dark green, sulfur bacteria or algae, and lime green or yellow to the right, it is sulfur. Sulfur was the only mineral being mined here in St. Lucia in the 1700s by the French. Most of them would export it to France for the making of gunpowder during the time of the French Revolution. And geologists are also saying in there you could also find a few gemstones. For example, quartz, silica, agates, crystals, also obsidian, but no diamond, no gold. In geological years, volcano is a bit too young. Otherwise, I would be in there digging, but I am still waiting. Any questions?